with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for starting your day with us this morning. Let's check out, live look as mid-Michigan starts to wake up. It is a clear and mild morning, just the bright lights illuminating the dark sky. Roads and highways out there, pretty calm this morning. So if you're getting ready to venture out and about, you are in for a relaxing morning drive. Happy hump day, my sweet friends. Time to break out a smile and jumpstart the second half of the week as we inch closer and closer to the weekend. Thank you for waking up with us and inviting us in your home this morning. I'm Colette Stinger.
And I'm Blake Keller. Glad to be with you this morning. A little muggy out the door, but not too bad. So the humidity making an appearance once again. We have meteorologist Chris Eastlick here, keeping an eye on the forecast. Chris, how's our Wednesday shaping up?
I think overall today is going to be a pretty good day. It looks like we've got a little patchy fog to deal with early this morning, but that's about it. And I think most of your Wednesday is spent on the dry side until late tonight. Your temperatures across the area early this morning, a mix of 60s and 70s. Right now, 64 in Midland, 63 in Saginaw, 71 in Bay City, and 66 in Flint. Houghton Lake and Oscoda, two of our spots that have dropped into the 50s. But humidity making an appearance early this morning. Some places getting hit harder than others. Looks like low to middle 60s. So getting into that sticky, borderline uncomfortable category, but still could be a lot worse in our winds. Generally on the lighter side as we begin today. Now there is a little bit of patchy fog, especially to the north. We do expect this to thin out pretty quickly here as we go throughout the morning, and not really seeing anything overly dense, so that's good news too. And your first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar live from MBS is all dry this morning. Showers and thunderstorms are to our southwest, but that's where they'll stay through most of the day. Hour by hour, as we go through the day today, we should have plenty of sunshine this morning. We'll gradually increase the clouds this afternoon, and then eventually we'll have a chance for rain tonight. We'll break that down coming up. Your live on time traffic map looks good though. No problems here. If anything changes, we'll let you know.
Sounds good, Chris. We will take that sunshine today. Well, some cone zones to tell you about this morning. The Genesee County Road Commission's Chip Seal program, it continues today. Weather permitting, crews will be working there on Duffield Road from Ray to Silver Lake in Argentine Township. That's from 8 until 1. They'll also be working on Torrey Road from the Fenton city limit to Crane Drive in Fenton Township. That's from 2 until 6. Traffic may be temporarily detoured. Still unfolding this morning, resign or be replaced. Multiple Shiawassee County commissioners are calling a special meeting on Sunday to oust the board chairman over the COVID hazard pay debacle. And
now there's a new push to remove other board members as well. Commissioner Gregory Brodeur tells TV5 he and Commissioners Marlene Webster, Brandon Marks, and John Plowman called for the meeting Sunday to discuss Chairman Jeremy Root's replacement if he doesn't heed calls for his resignation.
Now, in an interview this week, Webster said the controversy has compromised Root's ability to lead.
His remaining on the board in any capacity, I think, would create a dynamic where it would be very difficult for us to serve our constituents. And so I think his resignation is a necessity.
Now, this all stems from the controversy and subsequent lawsuit surrounding pandemic-related hazard pay.
Now, the board voted to give county employees a bonus, but Brodeur and Webster tell TV5 they were blindsided by hazard pay for commissioners, including $25,000 for Chairman Root.
I wasn't told. I know Marlene wasn't told. I strongly suspect that several of the other board members weren't told, and I don't think anyone was told about his $25,000.
Now, some constituents are actually throwing their support behind Brodeur and Webster, saying they should be the only commissioners allowed to remain on the board.
A Change.org petition advocates for the removal or resignation of the other 5 board members, including Root. It's received more than 380 signatures in the past 24 hours. The agenda for Sunday's meeting will be published today. Stay with TV5 for those updates.
Well, cash reward offered to help solve a murder from March of last year. Crime Stoppers is looking for tips in the shooting death of 44-year-old Daryl Stady. He and another person had driven from the Grayling area to Flint, and on the night of March 20th, Stady was shot at the Kersley Park Pavilion. Now, Crime Stoppers is offering up to $2,500 for information that leads to an arrest.
Police are asking for help in finding a suspect in some storage unit break-ins. At 10:45 yesterday morning, a man in his mid-20s was spotted cutting locks on 5 units at Attic Storage in Corona. The suspect was described as about 5'10" and 160 pounds with scruffy facial hair, a ball cap, a dark shirt, and jeans. Investigators say he was driving a 2010 silver Chevy HHR, just like this one on your screen. It had no license plate and the back window was blacked out. It's not known what was taken from those units.
Well, fire crews were called to the former White Deer Apartments in Southwest Saginaw yesterday afternoon. The building is about 2 blocks south of Merrill Park Elementary School and is permanently closed. Now, we've reached out to investigators to find out how that fire started and the extent of damages. We will update you when we learn more.
Happening today, 3 teens are set to be sentenced in the burglary of a gun store. Remy Delgado, Trayvontis Miller, and Preston O'Leary were among those charged in the theft of more than 50 guns at Showtime Guns and Ammo in Saginaw Township. It happened in August of 2019. All 3 originally pleaded not guilty, but they reached a plea deal last month. Sentencing is scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon.
In the national spotlight this morning, 4 officers who defended the Capitol during the January 6th attack delivered testimony before a House committee.
Now they described the horrors when a mob stormed the building while the Senate was certifying results from the November election. Skylar Henry has the latest.
What we were suggested that day was like something from a medieval battle. We fought hand to hand, inch by inch.
4 police officers described the terror they endured when the mob of Trump supporters attacked the Capitol. Officer Daniel Hodges was trapped between a door and the attackers. He described one as foaming at the mouth.
If I stayed there, then I was gonna, pass out from lack of oxygen or get dragged out into the crowd.
The severely outnumbered officers said they feared for their lives as the angry crowd closed in.
I could feel myself losing oxygen and recall thinking to myself, this is how I'm going to die.
I heard chanting from some in the crowd, get his gun and kill him with his own gun.
One officer testified the crowd hurled racial slurs at him.
One woman in a pink MAGA shirt yelled, "You hear that, guys? They voted for Joe Biden."
Officers urged the committee to place blame for the breach on former President Trump.
All of them were telling us Trump sent us.
If a hitman is hired and he kills somebody, the hitman goes to jail. But not only does the hitman go to jail, but the person who hired them does. There was an attack carried out on January 6th, and a hitman sent them.
While Democrats promise a thorough investigation, many Republicans continue to embrace former President Trump's downplaying of the attack, prompting frustration from officers.
The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful.
Nearly 550 people have been arrested in the months since the breach. Officials promise more will be held accountable. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, yesterday's hearing was just the first in the investigation. No word on when the next hearing will take place.
More local news now. If you are looking for food, a Saginaw church has got you covered. First Presbyterian hosts its weekly drive-through food pantry today. It starts at 9 a.m. on South Harrison Avenue. It is first come, first served.
All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. Right now, TV5 News time is 4:38.
Listen to this. A college pays off the debt of its students. Find out how much money in past due bills it's erasing. It's a lot of money, too.
COVID summer surge prompts a shift on mask wearing guidelines. Find out what federal health officials are now recommending. That's still up ahead.